You know you now? Yeah, I'm sure I'll call him. You real rough boy, Catherine. You rough, so I didn't know that you would have been there when I saw you right. You see again. Let's the man who we call it. No pussy. It's tobacco here. This is what we come to talk about, right? These are the leaves. I'm going to show you my process of preparing them. Part of my process was what you see there. Just have them lying down so they can get flexible like this. So this is my tobacco tree. I'm supposed to have more, but some caterpillars deal with me real brutal recently. So, but this one growing good. And I want to harvest these leaves in a little time when they get a little bigger like these. And cut it, prune it, so that it can spring up back a little better. Tobacco likes to grow under the eave or in sheltered areas where it's getting sprinkling and rain. It don't like too much water. So, you know, the Rastas in Trinidad call it fronto. And the reason being, they have a history, you know, they don't like to say, you know, Rasta a long time, they used to like to say we're going back or backward. They say we're going forward again. Right. So, instead of saying tobacco, they say fronto. So, one of the first steps I carry the tobacco through is putting it in a cool spot, not exposed to any sunlight, where it could get kind of flexible like this. It's still green, right? Can't really smoke it yet. So what I do is hang them up like this, right? So I'll hang up a few, I have quite a lot here. I suppose if I take my time, I can hang up all, right? Hanging this now, the second thing now, I'm going to mix a solution with molasses, right? And honey and water, right? And that is going to be sprayed on the leaf, both back and front, which is going to do two things. It's going to slow down the drying process, and it's going to create a chemical reaction with the tobacco. You notice pipe tobacco is usually very dark, which we're going to see. I'm going to show you some of that just now, the pipe tobacco. And we will take a smoke and all too. Alright. Alright. And the honey and the water and the tobacco. Alright. Yeah. So what I added earlier was molasses. This is honey now. And I'm going to add some water to it to create a solution. The water is to help the spraying thing happen easier through this device. Yeah, I'm going to add a little rum to it. Right, I'm going to help the solution get a little more dilute. Plus, this is a thing alcohol is a thing they use on tobacco too, right? Just a little bit. And this is local rum, made in the forest. Alright. So I'll start the process here, right? Yes. This water I harvest from the Blue Basin River in Digomati. You know, I'm trying to get this thing to be real nice and dilute. So this is it here. I'm spraying on the solution. Alright. Very free and random kind of way. Alright, so this process I repeat almost every day. Every day I give it a little spray like that. So I'm slowing down the drying process even more. Every day I do it, it's slowing down the process more. And I'm trying not to have sunlight or sunshine hit it right? Because the sun, you want it to dry with the wind, air dry, so to speak. It will dry very slow. It will take a while, but you get a good product in the end. And I will show you some of the product after I finish do this. Alright, both sides. Alright. Right, so every day I come and I touch it up. After I prepare and I take my time and cut it up, this is it. Now some people when they smoke this, they don't swallow the smoke. Usually that is what is taught. Don't swallow the smoke, but I will swallow some from time to time. This smoking for me is a devotion, is a smoke libation I'm giving in praise of my ancestors, is a kind of ancestral veneration in a sense. So when I puff, usually my first pull I will puff to the atmosphere. And I don't put it in my lungs, the first set of puffs that I take. And once that is done, I'm able now to swallow a bit and I get that feeling that I like in my brain, you know. So that's it. You see this device? This device is a sacred invention. It's very synonymous with the indigenous people. I learned this through Rastafari, which is a 20th century revolutionary movement, but it's very grounded in the indigenous belief systems and indigenous practices, dealing with groundation, foundation with the earth and connection with nature. So my initiation into understanding this device came out of Rastafari. However, this is older than that. This is indigenous. This is an indigenous invention, using indigenous material mostly. And I just embellish it with a little glass, which if you analyze glass is sand that they melted, silicate or silicate or some sort of natural thing, I suppose. There's nothing on planet Earth that didn't come from something in nature, really and truly. Even the synthetic materials came out of a petroleum-based thing, which is earth. Saying this is the elements. But you have water, you have earth, which is the clay kochi, right? You have wind, because you're using air and breathing techniques to engage it. So that is the wind component. So you have earth, wind, water, and then you have fire. You dig? So you have the elements there. Rastafari. Yeah. Yes. Woo. Omi tutu. Cool water. The symbol of libation that I pour on the earth, to freshen the yard, to freshen the road, to freshen the house. Ori tutu, Ona tutu, Ile tutu, to freshen my head. Imale Orisha tutu, Imale tutu, Ikung emblisele dumare, tutu. Cool water to refreshen my own pathway, my own presence and aura. Ashe. Yes, I.